Hello everyone and welcome to the Conflict 409 podcast. Today I am your host Chris, and today we have Gabe here to my right. We have Katherine right below me.
Hello.
And in the bottom right we have Dan.
Hello.
So how you doing, guys?
Good.
Yeah, so I just want to point out today this podcast is pre-recorded because turns out we're all quite busy on Thursday night, surprisingly.
I'm not.
Yeah, well, Katherine, you don't do much, do you?
No. I spent most of the day in bed.
So we're
Not my fault. I was not well.
I'm envious of that. I wish I could just stay in bed.
I was supposed to be doing some work today, but I had freaking headache, back pain, exhaustion.
So we're pre-recording this the
Brilliant.
night before, so everything should still be on topic. So, yeah, what do you want to talk about, guys?
Well,
yeah.
before this we were talking about RTX. So
Yeah, it's not like we planned this ahead of time.
No, we
Nah.
definitely didn't plan this ahead of time.
So who's excited for this year's RTX? London, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I really can't wait. Last year was so much fun.
You guys all went, didn't you, last year?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we were all VIPs, you know.
Oh,
We're the
really?
top 1%.
Amazing.
yeah, we all went. I never met either of these guys.
Yep, they were sitting right beside us.
Yep.
Or actually, the funny thing is, one of our friends, who nicknamed Banana, was waiting for Gabe and all to show up, and I just seen him standing there alone, so I was standing talking to one of their friends who was waiting for Gabe to show up. I found that quite funny.
One of many lone women that Chris started talking to.
Yes, we were talking about this. I was like, yeah, so there's that person, then there was another girl who was on their own went to talk to. I was just trying to be nice. I was not trying to be a predator.
See, that's nice. So, like,
To be fair-
you just all bumped into each other.
Yeah.
Without.
And there's all these small connections, like, turns out Katherine and Gabe both know James.
Yeah.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also funny because at RTX it's a completely different environment, and I found myself going to a lot of people who I never met before, and going, "Hi, my name's Gabe. What's your name?" And literally just starting talking, which you can't obviously do in real life because people will look at you like, "No, who are you?
Yeah.
Go away."
But that's really cool because that means it provided like everyone felt comfortable, and that's awesome. That's how it should be. It's bringing everyone together, isn't it? So.
Yeah, I'm a very closed-off person. I don't talk to much people, but when I was there, even though I'd only had like one drink, I was still going up to random people's tables, just sitting down and going, like, "Hi, I'm
Pint of
Chris."
vodka, or...
No, I had a vodka and Coke.
So Chris.
Well,
can't
at this
handle
point,
his
later
drinks.
in the night, I had some more. No, I can. I've never been drunk.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
we
other
were
than-
drunk to realise it.
Other than the drinking, are you looking forward to it again?
Yeah, oh, definitely.
It's going to be interesting sharing
Just-
sharing an apartment. with
The
people
one
this
thing
year.
I'm not looking forward to is how expensive London is. And
Yeah.
also that they won't accept my money.
No, they don't.
They don't. It's like at the
been
bar,
on-
at the Fox, right at the XL, I try...
Hiya!
Oh, there's Catherine's dad on the
This is a
Conflict
pre-recorded
podcast.
podcast.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm going to blur out that
Going
finger.
back to the pub.
Speaking of pubs, when I was at the Fox at the XL, I tried to give him a £5 Ulster note, which is pound, it is British pound.
Yeah.
And he was looking at it as like, this is Denmark money? I was like, no, it's
That's quite a
pound.
compliment, Chris. You look Danish then.
Well, I think it's because it was Danske Bank.
Right, yeah. That
They
would have
must-
confused them.
they
It's the
must have
same
thought
when
Danish.
when I bring notes from up here, up in Scotland, down
Yeah.
south. They get very confused.
Yeah.
My they didn't accept my money, but for a completely different reason. Is the fact that
Yours is
my
fake.
card got declined.
Oh.
It got not cancelled, but it got blocked by the bank because obviously at RTXL they were using American sellers, and I bought some T-shirts and they told me to swipe it, so I did.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Pinged in America, obviously because it's an American server. Then I tried to withdraw 60 quid from the UK because it blocked it halfway. And it was like, no, what the hell, America than London? No,
yeah,
that doesn't work.
probably thinks your card's been cloned.
Yeah, and it got blocked, and I was like, oh no, so I had to
that's
call the
rubbish.
bank up in a panic.
Speaking of buying shirts at RTX, got this beauty.
That's very cool.
Because it's not available in the RT UK store.
Rip.
So
Yeah,
had you guys, because you've all been there before, now this will be my first time. Have you guys you guys been to one in America, or you been to any other conventions?
I
Like, did you
have very briefly visited New York, but not for a convention. I was there
Okay.
for like a total of maybe 7 hours
go-
because I
Right,
had a
okay.
layover flying somewhere else. But convention-wise, of course, being from Northern Ireland, our conventions are a lot smaller.
Right, yeah.
Like just a quarter of that room RTX is in is the size of our biggest convention. So
Right.
it's pretty insane to me going to.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's so insane seeing all those people.
RTX London is the biggest one I've been to that I've wanted to go for a specific reason. I've been to Comic Con Manchester, but that was like 6 or so years ago, and I've
Yeah.
been to a convention that's in Birmingham a couple of times, but is now closed down because the company that was running it turned out to be like a semi-fraud sort of thing, and it was like, rip.
Oh,
Yeah.
I actually have been to a convention in Birmingham in the Hilton right beside the NEC.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I've been to.
It was Auto Assembly. It was called. It was a Transformers
Mine-
convention.
Oh wow.
Mine was a Supernatural convention.
The girl I'm dating is very into Transformers. Which
Oh,
so
that's
we
cool.
actually-
That's a good thing to be
we
into.
actually
Did you
flew to
Supernatural as in
England.
TV show? Is that?
Sorry,
Did you say Supernatural as in the TV show?
I said that's a Supernatural.
Oh no, Gabe did. I was just wondering.
Oh,
'Cause I want to go to the
Oh.
Transformers convention, but I'm curious about what the Supernatural one
Well.
involves.
No, it's literally pretty much the same as RTX, or any convention really. But basically, a load of the actors and actresses from Supernatural came. You got to meet them, get an autograph with them,
Damn.
get a photo opportunity with them, and those panels.
That's cool.
Kind of
That's
a
cool.
lot like Destination Star Trek London that I went to in 2012.
And that was good, was it?
It was my first convention that I've been to. And one of the few times I ventured into London, obviously I went with a parent then.
My first convention
A lot of
was MCM Belfast in 2014. That was the first big convention to take place in Belfast. So it was pretty insane to me. And then well,
They're
the
pretty good,
RTX,
those
it's like
MCM
nothing.
ones.
Not in
No?
Belfast. See, they come in. They never really had any decent guests. They basically forced every other convention to close by deliberately taking the same venues over the same dates and all, and then left. And they're no longer in Belfast.
Oh man.
So we have
That's
like
not-
we have one convention left.
Ouch.
It's a small convention held in a university student hall called QCon, but I'm actually really excited for it this year. It's next month.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter about the size, does it? As long as it's
Yeah.
good.
It's more of a
brings people together.
community convention rather than a. See, what I call MCM basically a physical eBay. Because all you get is like these stalls of all the stuff you buy on eBay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm going to show my age, but the first convention I went to was when I think it's the only time it's ever happened. The Star Wars convention that happened at the XL, probably about 15 years ago at this point. But it was amazing, like absolutely amazing, and like I'm a big Star Wars fan, so that to me, like I had no idea that many, like, you know, when you're into something, just like we are with like Rooster Teeth stuff,
Yeah.
you kind of don't realize the scale of what you're into and all the other people that are out there. And I think that blew my mind because that was literally the first ever time at like 18 or something where I was like, wow, there's actually thousands of other people into the same thing as me. This is cool.
Something that surprises me is that the amount of British fan base stuff has. So obviously, like
Yes.
Supernatural and Star Wars, they're obviously obviously an Americanized thing. And then going to the Supernatural convention in 2013, it was like all these other people, like 500 to 1,000 other people, were literally there for Supernatural. And like, yeah, there was some people who were American just came over because they enjoyed conventions. It was also the fact that there was like a ton of British people, and they're like, where are you people in real life? Well, not real life, but everyday life.
I think we're quite a passionate bunch over this way. Like, I think we kind of, not obsessive, but we do get into stuff. I think. I don't know about you guys, but it is, you do feel like you're
I'd
involved. in
be
Yeah.
slightly obsessed, but not in a bad way.
See,
So
when
is
I
that-
dive into a fandom, I dive in, and then slowly my like interests go elsewhere, such as like Rooster Teeth, for example. Before Rooster Teeth, I was in the Supernatural fandom. Before that, it was some anime stuff I can't remember now. But from Rooster Teeth is not my main one I always go back to currently, but I've also dived into the Shadowhunters fandom and then also the Riverdale fandom, like just as a passing thing. But Rooster Teeth is one I come back to at the minute.
Nice, that's cool.
The only thing I know from the Riverdale fandom is the Karma's a Bitch challenge.
Yeah.
I loved that. I did one,
Not heard
and it was so weird.
Dan, since you like Star Wars, did you go to the Star Wars VR experience in London?
No, I haven't done that. And that looks
There's
done.
still
Haven't
some
you?
time. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That
I'm
look.
not even much of a Star Wars fan.
No, honestly, like I wish I had more time to do the stuff I love. I get wrapped up in my work a lot, but that would be amazing. That looked incredible what you did.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah, I mean, this is like what I've done with RTX is I wanted to go last year, but I was working and I couldn't go. And then this year I was like, I've got an excuse to go if I can help in some way with the convention, which is why I applied to be a guardian.
Yeah,
because I was like, that
you'll
will then tell my brain.
You'll be
that-
working.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, right, I'm working now, so now I've got to go. So it's silly, but that's just that's how my brain works.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so actually, Dan, I want to ask you. So you're traveling down from Scotland to RTX.
Yeah.
How you going? Yeah, flying, train, bus.
I'm gonna try and travel on the train. Trying to make it like basically, I come back from I know to be boring and go off topic, but I come back from a job on the Tuesday, and then I don't want to drive down, so I'm gonna get a train down to London, and then I've got to be back like Monday evening for a job on the Tuesday after I come back. So I'm just gonna train it, but I'm gonna try and travel first class.
Oh.
So
That's going to be expensive.
No. It's baller, Cat. I need some relaxing time on the way down to London because
Yeah.
London's hell.
It is.
And then some relaxing time on the way home to Glasgow. So that's my plan. Is train.
I think Anthony's flying down again this year. He flew down last year.
He did, yeah.
It was like 20 quid or something.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, for Belfast, I'm paying £125.
Well, you are
And I-
crossing a bit of water.
It's roughly the same distance from
It's
Edinburgh.
roughly the same distance. Yeah, exactly.
Belfast.
But you're going across water.
I'm coming from Manchester. Last year I did the megabus, but
Oh,
I went from Huddersfield because I was going down with a friend of mine, and that's where she lived at the time. And the megabus from Huddersfield is half bus and then half train. It takes you to East Midlands Parkway, where you switch to a train that takes you to St Pancras.
Oh, that's
But
all
from
right.
Manchester, it's an 8-hour bus journey, and I did that on the way back. It's awful.
I could do that if it was
Never
cheaper than
do
a
that.
plane. I would do that if it was
It's
cheaper.
£3.
I would definitely do that.
£3, but to sit on a bus for 8 hours.
Oh, my-
Yeah, that's what I did.
Just a book, a Nintendo
Does
Switch.
it have Wi-Fi on it?
No,
You don't
It
need
has
Oh, they
Wi-Fi.
don't
chargers
have
though.
Wi-Fi, Cat.
Just bring a book.
they have chargers though. I sat and watched
it-
pre-downloaded movies off Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I
That's
I
actually
wish I
really
had
good.
that. How long do
We
you think
don't
it'd take
even
to
have
get
a
there from
megabus in
Glasgow?
Oxford.
Yeah, because you live in
Sorry.
Oxford, you don't need a megabus to London.
It would be nice to have it to other places.
So, Chris, are you flying into City and then
Yeah.
Tube?
No, London City is right beside the XL.
Of course it is. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so that's
it
awesome.
would be like £50 cheaper to fly into Gatwick or Heathrow, but
Mhm.
then by the
Yeah.
time I add in the train tickets and then just the time of the trains and all, I thought it was just worth flying right to London City.
Yeah.
And then
For
it's
me
like
to
a 10-minute
fly
walk.
to London City, for me to fly to London City Airport, I've got to fly to Dublin, then fly to
you
London
can
City
pick me up on the
Airport.
way.
It
Yeah,
doesn't make any
Put it in the
sense.
suitcase.
if you timed it right, yeah, we could, Grace. It'd be great.
I did work out. It would be an extra £10 cheaper to fly from Dublin, but then there's the whole time of getting down to Dublin and the flight.
Yeah, that's a trek for you as well. I think I don't know. I've decided on the train because I like the train, but because just of getting into town. But yeah, the plane does make a lot of sense actually. Think about it. We'll see.
Alternatively, you can live an hour and a bit away and get your dad to drive you.
Used to do that. I used to live in Reading, so yeah, that would have been
See,
perfect.
I don't think I can get my dad to drive me to London.
No, you can't even drive yourself
No,
because of the water.
I just can't drive.
There's a ferry.
They have ferries, Cat. It's amazing. It's
I
a
could
whole
get,
new world out
so
there.
I could drive to Belfast, then get a
You
ferry
can't
to
drive
Liverpool.
you can't drive a ferry.
He doesn't have to
No, but
drive
you
it.
can get a car on a ferry.
Yeah, but that takes forever.
It-
And also,
Actually,
you can't drive the car whilst on the ferry. You have to be stationary.
You can. You probably just get arrested.
So you guys all
Yeah.
get in there on the Thursday or the Wednesday?
Yep, Thursday.
Thursday.
I'm getting there on Thursday, yeah.
Most people
No,
go on the
Friday.
Friday. Yeah, most people go to Friday, but I just want to maybe stay in London. I've only ever actually been into London once before.
I hate London, which is why I'm totally tempted to actually get the flight to Dublin and to London City Airport, just because I hate the tube. I hate transport around London.
Yeah,
London
it's not
transport is so
fun.
confusing. I tried to get on a bus in London and they said no. Because I didn't have an Oyster card.
Oh yeah.
And
Some of
I-
them
I-
don't
one of
take
those now.
points anymore.
See, I'm in Belfast, you get on a bus, you pay for your ticket, you're good. Or you buy the ticket on your phone.
Yeah, I like doing that.
And it's so easy. But then you get on the bus and they're like, no. And I have to walk for 2 hours to get to my hotel.
I wonder how expensive for me it would be
You
to
could
get
just call a cab.
a flight to Southampton and get a train across from Southampton to London.
Such a long-winded way to do it.
Do you know what
But
is... Oh,
the
sorry.
flight to Southampton's £80.
I would say Oxford, but we don't have an airport. Well, we do, but it's a private airport, not a commercial.
Here's what's a true nightmare. Going to London, a place we've never been before. So the airport being here, hotel being here, which is about 3 hours total away. Phone dying and not knowing how to get to the hotel.
You
Right.
asked.
That would be
I
panic.
made it there in about 3 hours total.
You did well.
It was a long walk.
You just
I
go
have-
into a shop or a McDonald's
And what?
or a shop and ask which way something is.
I knew the direction. I
Do
knew
you-
how
do
to
you-
go east.
a McDonald's the only place you'd ask for directions? Is that?
So-
Well, no, I'm just trying to think of places. That was the only one that.
Are you hungry, Kat? Is that what you thought of McDonald's?
I've
Oh my
only
God.
had breakfast today, so yeah.
I landed in
Well,
Gatwick.
if you're looking for places like that's noticeable where people might know what things are, Amaki's is a good thing to
Good
think
shout.
of.
A lot of people go through McDonald's.
I landed in Gatwick and I was staying in a hotel just north of the Tower of London.
Mate, that's such a
Yeah,
far
that
away.
means nothing to me. I don't know where we live anymore.
That's also
But-
central London, so I pity you.
So I managed to get the train from Gatwick to Victoria Street, is it?
Yep.
How do we walk up to Buckingham Palace just to have a wee look? Headed
Nice.
towards down past Westminster. Went
Mhm.
into Namgo Funscape. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I've never been there. Really.
Basically a huge arcade, which is awesome.
Yes, it is. Yeah, sorry.
And
Yeah,
then
when's
I just
Trocadero,
followed.
was, right? Trocadero
Yeah.
or
Then I just followed the river all the way around to the Tower of London. Then
Jesus.
pumped to find
You
it.
walked the whole way, Chris?
Yeah. While carrying a rucksack and pulling my girlfriend's suitcase.
Oh,
I would have
man.
collapsed and died after about one street.
And I was also carrying my very heavy gaming laptop in that bag.
Oh, man, that is misery. I can't think of anything worse than walking through central London like that.
Yeah.
I
And you
wasn't.
didn't get pickpocketed.
It's
No,
so
I bet no one
expensive,
got out of
though.
your way.
Right, Dan. Do you like Subway, Dan?
Sorry?
Do you like Subway?
The sandwiches?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering where you were going with that. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
right, if you wanted a 6-inch sub and a drink, how much would that cost you?
$3.50 or something? isn't
Yeah,
it?
so here it's £3. It's like £7.50 over there in
Oh,
London.
yeah. London
It's
prices.
insane.
It's London.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
London's
London's
own
believe
little
it.
bubble where things it's like 50 times more cheaper, 50 times more expensive, and you're like, no.
Because
I
for
used
me,
to work in central London, right by the London Eye. I don't miss it. So.
for me, Subway is a quick and cheap thing.
Mhm.
And then I give them a £10 note and get like £2 back. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Even meal deals, right? So like up in Glasgow, like Morrison's meal deal, £3, right? London
Yeah.
meal deal, £6. So
Apparently the where I stayed is the Ibis budget
Oh, I stayed there.
London City Airport. Yeah, I stayed there. I
bad
quite
memories.
enjoyed it. I know you don't like
Because you were
stories and
drunk.
goose feathers. No. Yes,
You,
but
you didn't feel the pain and the terribleness of that hotel room because you were intoxicated. I was fully
not
sober.
when I first got there.
The pillow hurt my head. That's how hard the pillow was.
that's not a good pillow.
I went and got spare bedding
My-
and rolled it up.
My pillows were fine. My pillows are fine, but down the road from the hotel is a Tesco which sold out of all its meal deals.
Wait, was it?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
I never went myself, but my friend who I was staying in the hotel room did, and she was like, there was nothing there.
I went to the
At
Tesco
all.
on the other side of the Excel because that's where I had my breakfast and my
There's
lunch
one
every day.
there, yeah. You've got
Yeah.
like a couple little shop there. I was actually
Yeah.
just trying to look up where that one was.
I'm guessing they sold out there, and then people were like, "Oh, there's another one just across the walk. It's only a 10-minute walk." They went there as well, and it all sold out. And it's like, oh,
So it was great, you know. Got a chicken salad sandwich, big bottle of water, and a chocolate bar for £2.70. Great.
nice.
You know that Tesco staff discount. Hell yeah.
Oh, so you guys were across. So you were across the river in the hotel at Ibis Budget. Is that where you were last?
Yeah, near the airport.
Yeah, I see it. All right, that's a bit of a walk
It's
for
like a
you.
10-minute walk.
Yeah.
How much did you get your stay for, Gabe?
Then it was $220. This year it's $198.
I paid £130 for 3 nights in a triple room
That's
because I booked it before RTX was announced.
I was going to book mine, but then I had a friend who was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to come. So I booked. So I waited a few weeks, and she was like, I'm still not sure. So I just booked 3 people,
Yeah.
and that's what pushed it up for me. 3 people in a triple room as well, for £200.20.
The thing was that my girlfriend didn't get to go though, so I had a triple room to myself.
I had a triple room with a friend, and none of us used the top bunk because it's like, why? Just crawling up there.
Yeah, I did climb up there just to be like, oh, top bunk. Then I went back down and slept in the big bed.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not going to say exactly where I'm staying this year, but got 4 nights in a room with Wi-Fi for about £220. That's not bad.
That's great for
Yeah.
London. Either way.
It's a chain I've stayed in twice before in London, and I like it, and I know they're good, and their food is amazing.
Do they have
Excellent.
nice pillows, Chris?
They do. They give you 2 different types of pillows. They give you hard ones and soft ones, and you get to pick. Or sorry, firm
Oh,
ones
now
and
you're
soft
just
ones.
giving it away.
No, because the Holiday Inn does that as well, so there's multiple hotels that do that.
You just also confirmed it's not the Holiday Inn.
Well,
Look, when
last
I
year...
think of a chain that gives you a hard and a soft pillow, there's only one I think.
Is it the one I'm staying in?
The powers of deduction
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
That's,
no.
I can't think of that. I don't know.
The funny thing was, so...
I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. I've never been to an RTX, so or a Rooster Teeth convention, so I think it'll be cool. Cool
Yeah.
to see what it's all about.
The funny
You're
thing
staying
was
in the
last year...
apartment, aren't you?
Huh?
No. Dan, you're staying in the apartment, aren't you?
So the funny thing last year was, I stayed in a hotel, which I have obviously said I hated very much. And then because of the hurricane that happened last year at the end of RTX, I couldn't get home because it was over Belfast.
Oh, jeez,
So
yeah.
the funny thing was, then they put me up in a hotel room, and I was thinking, oh, I'm going to be in, some crappy room, even worse than where I was staying. The room I was in was 10 times better than the one I stayed in over the weekend. And I got free dinner and free breakfast, and I had a flat
Amazing.
screen, and a flat screen in the TV, and a nice bed, and it was awesome.
Yeah, but the Ibis budget has 24-hour pizza.
Does it?
I was so excited for that, and I didn't even try it.
Has
I actually
anyone
tried to, and you were like, "Oh, we've run out," and I was like, "Oh, god damn it!"
I did go down for breakfast in the morning. It's like, oh, would you like to try our amazing breakfast? And it's like a few croissants and a few bits of ham for £8.
And those yogurts that they only have in those hotels, those
Yeah.
vanilla yogurts.
It is a budget. I didn't eat there. I ate at the XL when I went across because I walked over with my friend who's a Guardian, and she was like leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, why not? I don't want to walk over alone. So I walked over with her, and like, funny thing, all the Guardians glare at you because they're like, "What are you doing here? You're not a Guardian. You're just trying to see the staff." And I was just like, "No, I'm just here with my friend. I swear."
I would love to tell the story about how I nearly accidentally became a guardian, but it could get someone in trouble if the wrong person heard it. Because it was a total mistake on their end, which near ended up with me and Anthony having guardian badges
Oh, wow.
and shirts.
Right.
So I'm not going to tell because I don't want to get that person in trouble, even though I don't
No,
really know them.
don't want to do that.
Yeah, but it's a good story to tell. I'll tell you later.
Maybe
So on
after,
podcast.
after this one.
Yeah, in the post show. No, we don't do a post show.
One day.
No, it's be cool. I mean, what was like the highlight then of last year for you guys? Like what?
Community, just meeting everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Same.
really like the VIP party. That
That was
was
fun.
definitely.
I half went to the the VIP party. I obviously went to on Saturday night, but the Friday night, it was a meetup for the YouTube channel I'm actually part of, which I'm not going to mention because I don't
No,
want to plug
go ahead,
myself.
plug
I
it,
took
plug
that
it.
from my friend. Okay, I'm part of a YouTube channel called Live It at Night. Go check it out. Chris, please put a link in the description if you do that. But also we're meeting like the community. Like Chris said, he met the Goku Banana who was looking for me. I had purple hair at the time. I now have red. But we met a lot of people there. A lot of the moderators, the staff met for the first time. It was a really weird
cool.
and also great experience. It's really cool.
Yeah, and that's what RTX is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. So like, and so the VIP party you went to was on the Saturday night, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were all fit on the Sunday?
Oh yeah, I'm not a heavy drinker.
Saturday night, I sobered up pretty quick because I have really bad travel anxiety, and after the VIP party, there was no taxis, obviously, because everyone was going home. It's a Saturday night in London at the O2. And I had to get the tube. I had to get to the tube to Cannington station from the O2.
That's a big tube station at the O2.
Why did you do that?
Yeah, why'd you not get the cable car?
Mm.
The cable car was closed.
Oh, did you leave after 11 o'clock? Oh,
Yeah.
me and Katherine were in like the last one.
Yeah, we got on the last one.
I got the last cable car over
Ah,
to the VIP party.
we had to run.
But I got to Cannington station, and I was only fine to there because I was with a friend.
Mhm.
And my friend was like, "Get this bus, and it'll take you back to where you need to go." And I was like, "I can't do this." I started having a panic attack until a friend of mine called me, and he was like, "So why are you just getting Uber?" I was like, "I couldn't. There was no." I was really panicking, and he was like,
Oh.
"Calm down. I'm gonna call you an Uber." Because
understand
I couldn't call myself because my card was packed in. It declined.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no! I was stuck in the middle of London. I had no idea where to go. It was not a fun time.
Uber is
No, that
like
would
my
be-
favorite thing
yeah.
about London because Northern Ireland again small, no Uber drivers here, so being able to just like, okay, I want to go here, beep, and then it's there, it's already paid for.
Yeah, we don't have Uber in Oxford.
I don't have it here.
Oxford has nothing.
You have bikes. You have loads of bikes.
You have
Yeah,
expensive
we
houses.
have cyclists who don't give a damn about anyone else.
Mm.
Oxford has really expensive house, and that's it.
Yeah, very expensive houses as well.
Me and Katherine, me and Katherine the other night actually compared housing between our places. In Belfast, a big 3-person house would be about, the one I looked at was £70,000.
Holy shit!
Oxford, it was what, 480,000 was it?
Yeah, that sounds about
For
right.
roughly the same house.
Where
Yeah,
I
but-
live, it's roughly, depending on the area, because you in Cheshire, it's like buying a postcode. Some areas it can be 100,000 to 160,000. In other places, it can be 400,000 to about
Yeah.
600,000 for about
Yeah.
a 4-bed house.
I mean, you can get something for in the 100,000 range if you want to live on some of the rougher housing estates.
Yeah, same.
Rough in Oxford is still.
Rough
like-
around here is still
No,
like
Oxford
that apart from one or
pretty
two
rough.
areas.
Oxford can be
Well,
pretty
up
rough.
in Glasgow, it's similar to what Chris said.
Yeah.
That's very very
Scotland
much
and
the
Northern Ireland are very alike.
same. Yeah.
I live in the
England
Buff
will take our money.
nowhere of Cheshire. I live about 30 minutes from Liverpool, 40 minutes from Manchester, just south of them. And getting Uber is not possible, but I'm lucky in the fact that I both work for a taxi company and my mum works for one. So
So
I
getting
can
around
just
to
call
it.
them. Yeah. It's great.
It's nice that part of the world though. I've done some. I've worked at Alton Park, which must be near you, right?
My friend works there and her dad also works there. So
Right. It's very very nice. It's a nice part of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. And where, to be fair, where you are, Chris, I really like Belfast. I think it's a
Oh
nice
yeah,
place.
it's great, and it's got its words. It's got its things to
Okay.
love, like the Giant's Causeway and all, and just Belfast and beautiful in general is a nice place.
Yeah,
when there's no bombs
I've been
going
over
off.
there. I've worked a lot more in the south, but the Northern Ireland is really beautiful.
Yeah.
Like from what I've seen.
And you survive.
What were you over for?
I was working at Mondello Park, which is a circuit near Dublin, just outside Dublin. So, yeah, working there. But and Oxford is just it's Oxford cat, isn't it?
It's shit. There's no
Is
other
Oxford
way
not
of
really
describing
posh?
it.
It's not that bad. It's nice.
It is. It's shit.
I was from Reading, and I was always envious of Oxford. So much nicer than Reading.
I think I prefer Reading.
Never been
But
dealer.
either way,
I just want to move to Southampton.
that's further away from XL.
So the
It's
train
closer
will
to the
probably
meet.
take the same.
There's more people around Southampton that I know of in the RT UK community.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much all of my friends are in Southampton.
There's
They
very
seem a pretty
few in
active
Northern
bunch.
Ireland.
There's very few where I live as well.
There are maybe 1, 2 people in and around Oxford. I don't know any of them. Well, actually, no, I know Beadle. It's Beadle.
Oh,
But there really aren't any meetups in Oxford.
see, there's only
So
ever
you're
been
going to get a
one.
chance to see these people at RTX? Are you hoping they're all going to be there, or?
What, the ones around Oxford? Or?
Well, no, I just mean like people that you've met in general. Is most people you know going to the convention? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most of the people know.
Like
so-
this person, that person, that person.
Most of the people, well, some of the people in the LNC server, which is the London XP server, are
plug.
going, and they're all in like a special RTX chat, so they're all they can talk about. It's great.
Yeah, we've got our own here
So you
too. Oh, actually, no, we've got a separate server for that sort of stuff. Me and Katherine are part of the RT UK Loners, which
Oh,
last year was
cool.
just a bunch of us who were going to RTX London completely alone. Like myself, flying from Belfast, not knowing anyone. Katherine coming over from Oxford, she knew some people, and a bunch of other people. And then we just met up on the Friday morning, hung out in the pub together, and spent the entire weekend together.
That's really cool.
It's because we're all coming
that's
alone.
awesome.
We don't want to be there alone, so we had people to hang out with, and we're still going. Our group chat at the minute has over 100 people. The Facebook group has 300 people. We now have a Minecraft server running for loners and all. We're gonna get other
Nice.
stuff set up. It's basically came from a few people who doesn't want to be alone to a community now, which is awesome.
That's awesome. That's really welcoming as well. I like that.
Shout out
That's
to our
really cool.
fearless leader, Craig, aka Nandy Ruman. That's what he calls himself.
Nice.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see all those guys again.
Oh,
Yeah, I won't recognise any of them.
me and Chris have said we hate the hotel we stayed at last. Well, he hates the hotel we stayed at last year. That's not the worst hotel I've heard of though. Stories.
Oh,
The
where's
ex-boss
Tim?
of
Where's Tim?
Yeah, the ex-boss of LN. He was like, "Where can I stay in London for dirt cheap? The cheapest thing he could." And basically, he stayed in London for 2 nights for 12 quid.
Was that a YMCA
I'm-
or something?
It
That
was a
would have been a
shed.
step up.
It would have been.
It
That would have been good.
That
Yeah,
would
that
have
would've
been
been
started.
He I don't know if it's an Airbnb or if it's just something he found on the online. He
Craigslist.
basically stayed in the he basically just stayed in a shed.
Oh man.
I don't mean to plug myself, but if you look on the Limited Night RTX vlog, it's Tim's the one who's controlling it.
Yeah, I
So
will
you
link
can-
it in the description, and I'm actually going to ask Tim if I can put in like 3 seconds of that.
Do it. I give permission from a person of LN, so you can
Well,
have 1.5 down.
If I do get permission, it's going to be right here.
You could stay in comfortable luxury, or you could do what I did and stay in a shed. Airbnb. £16. There's no lights. It's true there may not have been any lights, but what this room lacked in lights, it made up for in spiders.
Did you see it? If you didn't, I hate you, Tim.
So was it like a hostel?
No.
No.
It was literally a shed.
A
It
shed.
didn't have any lights. It had like a tiny ass bed. Didn't have any toilets. It had like a proper like padlock on the door. It was literally a shed.
Yeah.
Where did you find that?
Craigslist.
I don't know.
That's
You can find anything on
terrifying.
Craigslist.
Oh my
Literally
god.
stayed in London for 12 quid or 16 quid. one
Yeah,
of the two.
seriously, check out the link in the description to see that, because that was my first way I ever seen Tim. And the first time I ever talked to him, it's like, Tim, why?
Yeah,
I couldn't do that to myself. That's terrifying.
I couldn't either.
Yeah. Yes. I love that story. I always tell people about it, even though I barely know Tim.
Same.
I've got to find somewhere actually for the Wednesday night, so I might see what that's like. With,
Why are
availability.
you going on Wednesday?
He's a guardian.
We've got to be there first thing in the morning on Thursday. Cap.
I think
Yeah, my
I'm-
friend's
Hmm?
my friend's a guardian, and it's the same one I'm staying with last year. But I'd already booked the hotel when the RTX was announced for the Friday to the Monday. So she was like, I'm going to bunk with this other Guardian that I've met for the Wednesday to Thursday. And Thursday to Friday because she's traveling down Thursday. And she was like, I was like...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I flew in early on the Friday last year, which is, you know, how the Near Guardian thing happened. Because I flew in, it's like, I'm bored, I'm just going to go over and see the convention centre. And I met with Anthony, and we're just, again, not going to go into the story, we're just sitting there having some food, and then Guardians everywhere.
Nice.
We were literally in a swarm of Guardians.
Yeah, they think they said to be down there like first thing on Thursday. So
What time is first thing?
I don't know, but no matter what, Kev, there's
so-
no way I could get down from Glasgow first thing. So
Well, no, I was
Uh,
thinking you could always stay over in Oxford for me.
What time does registration open for tickets?
it might do, you know, or
Because it was
Early.
2 hours, but it was 2 hours before that they met up.
Well, I can't remember what it was
Oh.
on. I think I picked mine up Saturday actually, because I walked over with Becky in the morning. That's why I got mine first thing. Because I didn't get mine on a Thursday. That could
mean
be
the
why I
Friday?
got mine straight away, and you guys were waiting in the line for a while.
Yeah, see, I was maybe a quarter of the way into the line, and it took so long. I have a photo on my phone of the entire general line going all the way through, the hundreds of people there, before the maybe 50 or so VIPs got through.
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's early access, but it's easier to go on the Saturday because all the VIPs, or some of them, would have got theirs on the Friday.
Yeah.
But then there's like 5 of us on the Saturday who are like, okay, time to get ours, and we get ours quicker than you did on the Friday.
See, for me, it's because I had planned to be front row at the Lizard Team 2 panel, which I was. I was second person into that room, so I
Awesome.
was in the line as soon as I possibly could have been.
Nice.
What panel's that?
Lizard Team 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to go into the convention hall. I was one of the first ones in the convention hall. And if you're gonna buy merch, buy it on the first day because it sells out, or it did last year anyway.
I spent about an
I
hour
was
and a
one of the
half in
first
line
people in.
for
I
merch.
was literally, there was me and about 5 other guys in front of us who I all made friends with, and we all just walked in, went around the store. It was stocked full, and I was like, I'll save my money. I won't buy it yet. I'll buy it tomorrow when I know how much I have. And I literally got to the second day. I was like, oh, there's nothing
Yeah.
here.
Apparently, a lot of the
But-
merch didn't even make it through. It got stuck in
Yeah,
customs.
it didn't. Yeah, it got stuck in customs or.
Yeah, so
Okay, well, yeah.
That near happened again with Sydney this year too.
Rip.
Hopefully they'll ship it over earlier and just find somewhere to store it.
Here, Bethany, you can send it directly to me if you want, and I'll just hold it to you until London. I'll bring it over in my suitcase when I'm flying over.
You can send it directly to me. I'm actually on the English Isles.
Yeah,
Oh, this
I'm
is good.
probably the closest to London.
She's right.
It's good thinking, guys. Good thinking. I'm so
I have
like,
a field with a big shed in it.
Yeah, Katherine owns a lot of land. She could just
My dad.
you can put Rooster Teeth UK HQ there. And
Perfect.
Catherine's,
I have a
shipping container. We used
Catherine's
to,
10 Mile
but I
Garden.
put stuff in.
I have a 2-bedroom bungalow with like a half acre of land. If you want to come
Wow.
build here, feel free.
we have a 2-meter back garden. Again,
Nice.
small country.
so like you were saying that you were you got in the front in one of the yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Is there
definitely.
any that didn't get to that you want to try and get to? Like what would be like your dream panel, for
Well,
example?
See, when the
I'll
schedule come
stop
out,
it, but obviously never gonna go
yeah,
into
when the
that.
schedule came out, I had so many panels I wanted to see, and I ended up only seeing Laser Team 2, Achievement Hunter, and Rooster Teeth Podcast. Off topic was just a nightmare because basically people just sat down at the start of the day and stayed there the entire day. Normal general members were sitting in the VIP medical seats and just refused to move, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay.
Yeah, so I ended up skipping off topic and just. It was good though because a lot of the booths and all were quite empty during that because everyone was standing watching it. So I missed that. But, I wanted to see live action. I wanted to see Day 5. I wanted to see £1 Million or Low, but even as a VIP, that wasn't possible really. Because
I'm
unfortunately,
trying
it
to
would
think
get
of the
capped.
ones I did see. I can remember seeing the Meet the CEO panel
I wanted to see that too.
because during my signing, I had given Matt Hollum a limited night badge, and he was wearing it on the panel, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's wearing the badge!" This was the day
That's
after the signing, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So that's what I remember that, but I can't remember what else I saw.
Yeah, I remember
They
seeing
don't
that
think he
badge.
was wearing the same shirt. You said he had the badge on.
What's the chance
Yeah.
he's wearing that badge in my photo?
I don't know.
I doubt it, but I'm going to my photos to check.
I can't remember. Well, was it the next day? I think it was.
He is.
Is he?
Yes, but it's folded over, so you can't see it.
That's amazing.
That's really
Oh,
cool.
I'm gonna have to put that
That
on the screen.
limited night badge you said now on so
Here,
many people.
have a look in the Discord chat. You'll be able to see it, or the VC response. It's
yeah.
folded over though, because of the weight of it. That's awesome.
So many people are going to have that on the things.
Yeah, that's actually awesome.
Oh, he is! Oh my god!
I love that connection that happened without us even knowing, and we're only finding out in May.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool.
That is really awesome.
Now I'm just thinking about how many people got a picture with Matt Hull or Bernie after that fact, and that's now in there.
Yeah, you should make a post on RT
Picture.
UK asking for anyone who had a photo with Matt on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's all.
Or
That is
even on
awesome. I am
Saturday,
so
'cause there
glad
will be
I checked
some.
that.
I think he put it on straight away after mine because he's got it in mine.
Yeah, I'll throw that link in the podcast and the video, or I'll just put it on the screen.
So
And if
did
Tim
you-
lets me, I'll
did you
put
say
that wee
you
bit of video.
got to see their panel as well, or did you not?
I saw the meet the CEO panel.
Oh, that's
But-
cool.
It was a really interesting thing. Another funny story about the same guy who was the shed, Tim, is that basically, you know us British people, we're like, if someone like we actually bump into someone, oh sorry.
Yeah.
Or if like someone to the line, we go, oh yeah, you can just go in front of us. Tim walked up with a question, and poor his blessed soul. He walked up and people kept just pushing in front of him. He was like, oh yeah, sure. He got to about 3 people in front of him, and Matt went, I can't take any more questions, and his face just dropped.
Oh,
And I was like, oh no, Tim.
Did anyone see that video of it's at the CEO panel and there's a guy up asking a question, and suddenly everyone just starts laughing, and the guy at the microphone turns around and Joel's standing there, and the guy
Oh,
moves it
yeah.
away, and Joel's like, "Can you confirm or deny that the office is getting beanbags instead of chairs?" And then he just
Yeah.
walks off drinking Coke.
It's great.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I would like to see that panel, but there's just so much going on, and I want to spend some time on the convention floor and hanging out with the community and all.
Yeah.
Something you gotta realize though is even though it says like VIP seats is the front seats, it's not, because
Family.
last year on the front row on the right hand side was friends and family and Rooster Teeth, like the staff and people who could go sit there. The CEO panel, I was sat right behind them, and I was like, wait, that's Anna, and I just didn't realize.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
What?
That
What do you-
happened in one of the panels I went to. We were asked to move back, but then no one sat there.
Yeah.
Kind of annoying.
What kind of annoyed me was did that with us. They kept the front row clear, and Anna and their 2 kids were sitting there.
hmm
But then VIPs who showed up late, they put them in the empty seats in the front row, and that
Oh, that
really
was
annoyed me.
really
People
annoying.
Yeah,
who
that's-
showed up late got the best seats possible.
I remember another panel I went to see was the ladies RT one, and I
Oh,
was sat
cool.
on the front row, but on the left hand side for that one. That was so you can sit on the front row at the left. So if you're gonna sit on the front row, go towards the left side. So
I
you
have a
can sit on the
story to
front.
tell about that.
Do it.
So, did you wait in the line to get in that panel?
Yes.
It's okay, that
I
was on
think-
that was on the Sunday morning. So because the VIP party was the night before, I had a bit of a lie-in. I think I got to the convention centre around 9:30. As I
Yeah.
was walking through the centre, I seen this line of people going into this room, and there was a guy that me and Katherine met at the VIP party the night before I seen. So I asked him, what's this line for? And he said, oh, it's the VIP Ladies of RT panel. So I'm like, oh, okay. I just join on that line, walk in, and sit second row in that panel after
So you were
not
sat
lining up
behind
at all.
us.
No, second row, front row on the right.
Oh, cool.
So I could see
Oh.
Barbara's parents. So yeah, I literally just walked into the centre and walked into that panel for that front row.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what happened with one of the panels I was in. There was some people wandering in, I just followed them.
Yeah.
That was for the live action one, I think. Can't remember.
Achievement
Who is
Hunter,
it,
I did have to wait
ladies
2
of
hours
RT1?
for.
The Meet the CEO panel was strange because like there was like 8 VIPs who went to go see that panel.
Sorry. Go ahead, Dan. What did you say, Dan?
Oh no, I was just saying who was in the. I was trying to work out who was there in the Ladies of RT panel. I wasn't sure.
Ashley was at the convention. Was she on the panel?
Mm.
Yeah, I think she was. I think it was actually Barbara, Lindsay, and some animators. I think
That must
One
have been a
anime.
lot of fun. That must have been cool.
it was. It really was.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it, but I had to leave because then I realized, oh wait, Achievement Hunter. Even as a VIP, I still had to wait 2 hours for that, so I went and got in line for it.
I wouldn't wait 2 hours for.
I remember, Catherine, I was messaging you like, Catherine, hurry up, they're capping the VIP line. Catherine, and then Catherine's like, I'm in bed, go away. Catherine was still, the panels were going on, and Catherine was in bed.
Great. There were some days where I just wake up and think, no, not getting up yet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember you saying that. That's a shame.
Gabe, I want to ask you a question. Did you walk back to the hotel any nights?
Not at night. No, I got
Okay.
Ubers.
That bridge was scary. The bridge you have to
You
walk
think-
under?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
no,
scary.
never walk under a
The
bridge.
first, on the Saturday morning when I was walking across, I didn't realize you could walk under the bridge.
Oh, did you try to
And
walk?
me and my friends walked over the bridge.
Just leave the path. That is a road-only bridge going into an industrial estate. That's
Yep.
trucks constantly going over.
No, it's got a tiny path which you can fit like one by one.
That's not a path. That's just a curb to stop the
Yeah,
cars
I
getting
know
into
it's
the
a
water.
curve. I know it's a curve.
So
but
I-
was just-
I was walking under that bridge during the night. First of all, there was a guy doing press-ups in the dark at
Nice.
1 a.m.
Normal.
There was two people huddled very close together, handing wee things between them, so you can take a guess
Oh.
what that was. And then a guy just sat
Yeah,
there in
Pokemon
the
cards.
guy just sat there in the corner, just staring at me the entire way. And from that night on, I took Ubers back.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
No,
I
so
was drunk, so one night on the Saturday night we had to. I think it was Saturday. No, it was the Friday night. We had to take James back to his hotel room because he was drunk off his ass and he couldn't walk. He literally in the
That
video you
sounds
can
a bit like James.
yeah. I think it's because he got nervous because he's meeting his girlfriend for the first time. But
Oh.
Aw, again, that's what
Yeah.
RTX is about.
yeah. But basically, I
That's
think it's
cool.
my vlog. You can see literally there's Loopy James with his arms over Tim and a friend of mine's sister. He's just got his arms around him. He's like leaning forward, obviously not being able to walk. These two are just dragging him, and it was like a 5-minute walk back to his hotel, but it took about 15 because Loopy was just like, I'm not. Then when we got back, we had to go up this lift because he wasn't on the first floor. Got up there, he was like, we're like, do you have a key? And he was like,
That reminded me of the
So we
story.
yeah. We he eventually found his key. And we let ourselves in, and Tim just goes, "This is Loopy. I mean James." And there was just a guy in the apartment just stood shirtless. We were like, "Oh, whoops."
So you just saying about the first floor there just reminded me of another reason I hated our hotel. Saturday night, well, Sunday morning, about 3 a.m. I'm on the first floor, just on the side of the car park. I wake up to banging on my window. People who were drunk were just going around it, basically banging on people's windows.
Oh man.
Terrified the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I was on a floor up, so I wasn't too bad.
Or were you the person just constantly stomping about?
No.
Why were you
Actually, no,
tap
my bad.
dancing?
Listen, I'm a heavy set person, and I was just walking. Okay,
No, whoever this was actually like jumping 2 feet landing at a time.
that wasn't jumping, Chris.
Another reason I didn't like the hotel was, even though I put the wee thing on my door, the thing is I don't like cleaners coming to the room, so I just constantly leave the do not enter sign on the door.
Mhm.
Even though I had that layer, I was showering on the Monday morning before I went to try and get on my flight, which wasn't going to happen. I was getting a shower. I'm walking out of the shower, just putting the towel around me, and someone walks into my room.
Oh,
Nice. Mm.
And Gabe, you remember what that room was like. The shower isn't in a separate room. If you crack open that door a tiny bit, you can see into the shower.
oh yeah.
Because it's
yeah,
all
yeah.
in one room.
Mm.
So that was not fun, just having to pull a towel around me as quick as possible.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't like people going in my room. I even leave a sign in the room saying "Do not clean."
Yeah. Fair enough. No, that's well.
So yeah,
So
that's
did-
many reasons I'm not staying in that hotel again.
Gabe, did you say that you vlogged it as well? So you vlogged your RTX experience.
I did too.
There's 2 vlogs. There's the
You did as
official
well?
LN vlog on mine.
I just didn't vlog very much because I got distracted by the community, of course.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I remember seeing Anthony's when he came back from there. That was really cool. I enjoyed watching
Yeah.
that and seeing.
I'll give you a
seeing
link
what
after
was.
this.
Is yours out on YouTube and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. You have to link them below.
Yes.
Chris is talking to someone.
Gotta
What?
love interruptions, even when you say "Don't come in."
That's why I don't bother shutting my door. There's no point.
That's okay, because your dad's now a member of this podcast.
Yeah.
Actually, he's replacing you next week.
Be
It's
glad.
gonna be business tips with Catherine's dad. And you said just Mr. your last name. That would have been a bad idea. So, we're about 45 minutes into this podcast. Not too much left. Is there anything anyone wants to throw in? Oh, great. Now we can't speak. Okay, Flamby. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
This is going to be your first RTX. Who are you looking forward to meeting? Apart from me, of course.
I'm looking forward to meeting as many people as possible. I just I don't know. I mean, I like meeting people, saying hi, hearing people's stories, and find out where they're from and where it's all began and stuff. So, community-wise, everyone and anyone, it's going to be cool. And then just the other people that are sort of volunteered guardians, I'm looking forward to seeing why they chose to do it as well. And also, I was quite pleasantly reassured because I am older than the average viewing audience of Rooster Teeth. I think anyway. And I was quite pleasantly surprised to see there was a lot of people my age in the Guardian group. So I was like, okay, cool. So it's not actually, I don't feel out of place. I mean, I think I was 16, 17 when I first saw Red versus Blue. So that's so it's been a long time, like 16, 17 years of listening to their stories.
I think I was 12 or 13. No, earlier than that. Oh, that's why my life's so fucked up.
I think one of the first things I saw is my history of Rooster Teeth is a long one, but not in the sense I was always a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I remember watching my brother. Not watching my brother. I remember being in the room with my brother watching Red vs. Blue during the Freelancer arc, which is when that was coming out.
Yeah.
Then there was a couple of years, and then I found the Slow-Mo guys on YouTube, and I remember watching the video where Joe Gavin gets shot with the paintball gun in his side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the first videos I saw of that, and then I remember seeing GIFs on Tumblr of the fast cash things to do in GTA, which is one where they're all inside the ATM like humping, and that's when I became a true fan of Rooster Teeth. Well, not a true fan, but fan of Rooster Teeth. So it's really weird history of them always being there, but not actually.
That's cool. I like that.
For me, it was I had just gotten my, I think it was like first gen iPod Touch, and one night just going through watching. I think I was actually watching the Yogscast at the time, but then I suddenly found the final episode of season 5 of Red vs. Blue. I watched it. I think by the next night I had watched the first 6 seasons of Red vs. Blue. And I think that might have been roughly the time when season 7 was just beginning.
That's awesome.
Just as then I was watching it weekly. And I remember the night season 9 debuted was 14th of June, which is my birthday. So I remember I was sitting there on my laptop trying to refresh the page, because of course every single Rooster Teeth fan is refreshing roosterteeth.com trying to watch the new episode. And people are waiting in the car for me to go out for my birthday. And I'm like, no, I need to watch Red vs. Blue. And of course, that was the start of season 9, which was just awesome. So I am so glad I waited to watch it.
It's strange because like my intake of them has changed a lot over the years. It's gone from when I was at uni and watching all the videos, watching all the content, watching all the episodes, to now it's I'm subscribed. I think it's 5 of their podcasts every week, and that's just how I consume it now. So it's literally headphones, traveling.
Yeah.
It's perfect for being on a plane, perfect for commuting, and it's like that's how I listen to it. It's weird, but
Yeah,
I like the fact it's still there. Do you know what I mean? Like this, I can still enjoy it, but I don't have to sit and watch it on because I haven't got time. That's what it feels like,
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
it's
nice to
like-
be able to
Yeah,
take it in that way.
the job I just left, I would literally walk around a store for about 7.5 hours a day, plus my half an hour commute there and back. So I would just listen to maybe 2 or 3 podcasts a day while working.
That's cool. That's good. Definitely, it's nice. I mean, yeah, it's cool. And I was just so like little things with regards to it. Like I was a big fan of Inside Gaming, so I was super happy when obviously the boys, the Funhouse came over to, and obviously Elise as well came over to the Rooster Teeth family, and then obviously the other one that I was a massive fan of is Greg, obviously from Kind of Funny, and when it was Beyond and stuff. So like it just feels like everything that I was into is coming together. It's nice.
Sorry, everyone, you did not get a Facebook message. That was me forgetting to turn off my sounds. That's gonna be in the recording.
Rip.
So yeah, it's cool. I like the way it all kind of comes together. It just
Yeah.
shows that same kind of people thinking alike. It's nice.
And Katherine, how'd you find
Well,
Rooster
I
Teeth?
I think I stumbled across one of them Minecraft or GTA 5 Let's Plays, or GTA 4 Let's Plays. So, not been a fan as long as you lot.
I was about to say, so you're fairly new then, but Minecraft's been going on for like 6 years now, hasn't it?
yeah,
Mm.
it's been
Damn.
going for a long time.
I still remember episode 1 happening. It was
Yeah,
it was Achievement Hunter playing it, which made me buy it on the Xbox, even though I already had it on PC.
I can't remember what my first Minecraft Let's Play was, but it was definitely one of the earlier ones.
My first Achievement Hunter video was a achievement guide in Halo 3 ODST.
See, I
And
may have stumbled across them and not
Yeah,
realised
it took me a
Yeah,
while to
probably.
realise
That's
Achievement
like
Hunter
me.
and Rooster Teeth were the same.
Like, I can say that Fast Cash is the first one I watched where I first became a fan. That's not that long ago. That's like 2015-ish.
Mm.
So I've not been a fan that long either, Catherine.
I was definitely a fan before 2015. I remember definitely being a fan when I was at sixth form. So that's at least.
Katherine is doing maths right now. It's going to take a while.
Get the fingers out counting.
Um,
Mine's sort of strange because
I don't know.
I can't pinpoint the year anymore because I swear Fast Cash was earlier than 2015 because my Rooster Teeth account is 2014, but
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
no
yeah,
idea.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I signed up to the website a wee while after, so I think it's like, was it 2012 I signed up? Fast Cash was 23rd of April 2014.
Oh, nice. There you go.
It might be.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
because I think my Rooster Teeth account is September 2014.
Where
When
does
can you
it
see
say?
that?
Why is my male gender male?
You want to tell us something, Katherine?
If only.
I'm trying to find my account on the website.
What do you guys
Where-
think of the new Rooster Teeth website?
Netflix.
It's okay.
That's what I say, Netflix. Which works great for content, will not work great for community.
No, the community's still the old website at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I hope
yeah.
they're going to update it eventually.
Yeah, because the old community stuff, it wasn't the easiest to kind of get around.
Yeah.
It's hard to find people on there. I know, like I've put some time into it and done some posts and stuff like that, but it's hard to find people. I find like
Yeah.
kind of got to know who you're looking for.
September 19th, 2014 is when my account was created.
I wonder if I can...
20th
Nah,
of
I'm not gonna bother doing
January
the computer.
2014.
Do you want to check mine, Katherine? I'm on your friends list.
Oh, yeah.
I have 26 friends. How?
I have 66. So
I
that's
only
not
have
very
one.
I'm pretty sure
Mhm.
half of my friends are just Rooster Teeth staff. A quarter are people I actually know, like Katherine and all. And the other quarter is just girls on the website that I find cute.
Most of mine.
Again, not a predator.
I like that. I like the honesty of it though. Just quite like, I found you cute.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Never told them that. Never spoke to them.
But most of mine are people I met through a group called RTX, which is the first ever Rooster Teeth community interaction I had. It's basically a group of people who are asexual, which is what I am. But it was a big group of those of us. I have one friend who I met through Twitter, I think it was. And then I have I have Tim. That's it. Of Limited Night stuff.
Blue Rhino.
Anyway, 23rd of May 2012.
That's me?
Yeah.
Damn, so that's... Actually, that's today.
Technically yesterday.
Yeah, well... Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
That's
awesome.
That's a good coincidence.
So that's 6 years today on the site.
Wow.
Nice.
That is actually an awesome coincidence. I was also thinking, oh, that's pretty recent, and looked down, and it's 24th now because we've literally just passed midnight, but that is awesome.
minutes.
Thank you for checking that, Katherine.
No problem.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to be among the community and see like the energy that comes from that. I think that would be quite cool to see.
It is an insane place. Like Gabe, Katherine, you know, like what was the Fox like every night?
They weren't expecting it. I can tell
They
you that.
were warned.
Was it
But in
bouncing?
true British style, you know how people when they're at a bar are usually crowded around the whole side of the bar? There was actually a line of people
I like
from
that.
one point in the bar.
I like this because bar mentality is people will push to the front, so you can
Yeah,
get a bar
and
for 15
people
minutes
like
and
me
people will push
don't
in
want
front of you.
to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know, Katherine, you're what, 4'5"?
I have no
Most
idea.
bars are
I'm
around 5 foot.
That compared to most people is that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the line because then, you know, it's fair. It's not about who's the biggest or who can get their hand out or who gets seen first.
Mm.
I like the line.
Oh yeah, I know. I wasn't saying it's unfair. It was unfair. I was just saying it's really funny to me
Yeah,
to walk
it's
into a
definitely
bar to
weird.
get drinks, and the line literally was going all the way back, and I was
That's
like,
amazing.
"This is true British."
Yeah.
You
I
don't
like that.
normally see that though.
Speaking
No,
of
no, that's what I'm
lines,
saying.
I want to bring up a story.
Okay.
So, I mentioned earlier I was in the line for the store for over an hour. It should have been much longer. At one point I had stopped because I actually messaging Katherine at the time, and I just stopped in the middle of the con floor, and then the guardian said, "Can you move up please?" I'm like, "Oh, okay," so I just moved forward, and then I realised I had been standing beside the line for the store, and they got me to move further into the line.
Oh.
At this point, I don't know why it goes in like a zigzag.
Yeah.
I was in between people, so I'm like, I don't want to leave now. I'm just part of this line now.
I
so-
live here now.
I accidentally bunked halfway down the queue.
Uh,
I
Well,
didn't mean to.
Reckon
It's also because
the
I,
thing-
This is where you were
Right, you know
messaging me.
I had my headphones on listening to the Rusty podcast as well, so I didn't really realise what was going along until the Guardian told me to move.
You just jumping in front. That's nice. Good.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, I just saved myself like an hour and a half by accident.
Something I found funny last year, it's thinking of long waiting times, is they had an area which just had beanbags on it. And
Oh, for
I
the
remember
Guardians?
walking
Yeah.
past that.
Yeah, it was for the
What?
Guardians to relax.
Was it for the Guardians?
I think Guardians and staff, even though staff had their own area. I did see some Guardians going in there and sitting down relaxing.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
cool.
not the black box area. It was just an open area,
Yeah.
just beanbags on it. Was it? Oh, I saw someone in a Crow cosplay asleep on one of the beanbags.
Okay, no, actually, no, we're thinking about different places.
Oh
then.
wait, yes I do know. That was in the main hall, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's in the main hall.
I'd
yeah.
never seen that.
Sorry.
Then. Was it back
It was where
beside the store?
Jeremy was doing one of the impromptu silence.
No, I never seen this then.
It was kind of behind the not behind
If
but
you go into the main hall, it was off to the left.
yeah.
I walked past it, try and get to like up the photo ops.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Never found it. I looked for it and couldn't find it. Right.
You did. You've
How
been past there loads of times.
To
You
be
just
fair,
didn't
it wasn't.
see it.
It wasn't. It was just beanbags in the middle of the floor. So it was strange, but yeah.
So we're running out of topic here, but there's one more thing I want to bring up. Sorry, we're running out of time here. There's one more thing I want to bring up because I really hope they improve it next year. The VIP room.
Yeah, that was
That
a
was
bit of a
strange.
letdown.
It was
So what did
actually
you guys have?
it was actually not even a room, just partitioned off with like fake walls. There
Mhm.
was a shop which sold Coke and bananas,
Really,
And
I never
then-
went in.
and then 3 small chairs. That was it.
Yeah, there was not enough seating.
Yeah, and there
Oh,
wasn't enough
No
room.
one near enough seating.
Apparently Matt went in there at one point, and people just swarmed it.
Why would anyone go in there? Any of the RT stuff? They're gonna get trapped.
The only time I went in there was after the podcast, before my Matt and Bernie signing. I went in just to sit down with my bag and get out my Red vs. Blue book and all, so I wasn't gonna have to be doing it in the line. That's the only time I went in there. It was crap. I really hope they
I never went
improve it.
in. I was just like, that's no.
I mean, sorry. You could hear the center stage. They should have made it so that you could at least see it as
Yeah.
well.
Hey,
That would have been
have
ideal.
a screen in there with a live feed. I think that's a good idea.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They should have that
That's a good idea.
about the place, so there's not everyone just cramming.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure off topic, we went to the pub and watched it on our phone.
Off topic. I know we're running out of time, but off topic.
Go ahead.
Do you remember a Scottish guy being called on stage?
I didn't get to.
Yeah.
I only seen the last part of it.
I vaguely
Wait,
remember
Catherine,
that.
you watched
Yeah,
off
yeah,
topic from your
but-
hotel room, didn't you?
Yes.
But basically, that is a friend of mine called he's called Sean. And basically, Jeff went, "You look Scottish. Come up here," and he's like full ginger, really short, and he came and he was like, I wasn't watching it, but a few friends of mine were, and they're like, "That's Sean."
That's
He
cool.
just got randomly called on stage, and because Jeff literally went, "You look Scottish, come up here," and he is Scottish.
Amazing.
That will be an experience.
That'd be cool. Look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm having a lot of fun, guys, but I have to do this. We're over an hour into the podcast now. And Stuart never told me a time, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't meant to go
It
above
was
an
an
hour.
hour. Last week they were very specific about stopping it more or less on an hour.
Yeah, well,
That was good.
I
That was
had a
fine.
lot of fun. Yeah, I love discussing
Yeah.
this because RTX is such a big thing for me.
Felt a lot longer than an hour.
So, Gabe,
Sweet.
thank you very much for coming over all the way from Live of the Night for this podcast. Dan, thank you for jumping in last minute
No worries.
and making me have to redo the whole entire setup.
It's all
Well,
good. It's all
technically,
good.
you already had the setup for 4 people.
No, but I had to change all the capture windows because Discord layout was different now. Yeah, so again, thank you guys. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, me.
I was about to say thank you, Chris.
Thank you
but
to
already did that,
anyone
so
who
I'm
watches
not
this,
gonna
whether it be when we are streaming this on Twitch or early upload on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And hopefully we will see you at RTX.
See you soon. Bye.